So, well, it's baseball time. Got to represent the English D.
MLB.
Um, and a score update. The Phillies are beating our Detroit Tigers 1-0 in the third inning in the spring training ball game. Uh, but it's spring training, so it is what it is. Um, so let's take a look. Um, let's take a look at I want to. They're not giving me. Okay. Take a look at. We'll go division by division. We'll give our predictions um on on what the season's going to look like, the what each division's going to look like, and like what you think each team will
Mm. Okay.
what each team will end up looking like,
Okay.
and like where each division. Um, so let's start with the National League. That way we can work our way back to
Detroit.
the American League where Detroit plays.
Okay.
Um, so let's take a look at the National League West. We have Colorado, San Francisco, San Diego, Arizona, and LA.
I mean, I'm just to throw this out there. 100 wins back to back by Los Angeles Dodgers. That team is damn dirty, and to win it, to me, I'm thinking it's going to be between LA Dodgers and I think Arizona Diamondbacks are going to slip in there. They're going to have a good season too. So if I had to pick two teams, I'd be looking at possibly win it. The West, LA for sure will win it, but I think the Arizona Diamondbacks will come in and make some noise.
Now, I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to go Colorado's going to stay where they are. They didn't do anything to improve in the offseason. Really didn't ink anybody that was going to really improve their ability to make a playoff push. I think they might lose 103 games again this year. But I just, to me, they didn't do anything big enough to justify a bump up.
Right.
Um, this is going to go against everything that I think, and like my gut just tells me that San Diego is going to absolutely be ass this year. I don't see them being better than the Giants. I think San Diego will end up being the the fourth place team. I think San Francisco will jump up to that four, or yeah, I'm sorry, the three spot, and I think it's going to be the Diamondbacks at two again. And like you said, with the addition of Shohei Ohtani, and by the way, did you see his at bat the other day? He supposedly had Tommy John surgery. Well, he had Tommy John surgery, and he hit an absolute piss missile. The ball came off his bat so goddamn quick it wasn't funny.
Wow.
Shohei Ohtani and everyone else on that Dodger team, there's just too many people to like sit there and say their name because the whole team's just ridiculous. They're going to win 100 plus games again next year, no question about it. They have got to be one of the clear favorites to win the National League West, if not the whole National League. So yeah, the Dodgers win that division.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Moving on to the National League Central, who you got top to bottom or bottom to top?
Bottom top Central. I'm gonna have to go Cincinnati Reds on the bottom. Pittsburgh Pirates will be followed by that. And my top three will going to be Cardinals will take it, Cubs, then Brewers. That'll be a close. That's gonna be a close division at the end. To those, that's gonna be Chicago Cubs, Brewers, and St. Louis Cardinals. Probably the Cubs might not be there, but I'm a fan of the Cubs, so I had to put them up there.
Now, again, this is. I'm gonna completely. These are my visions of the future, right? This isn't. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Pittsburgh at the bottom. They're going to be the worst team in the division. Followed by the Cardinals at the 4 spot.
Really?
I'm going to go the Brewers at 3 because they lost a lot in their pitching staff. They're not as good as they were last year pitching wise. So they're going to drop to 3. Chicago's going to stay at 2, and Cincinnati's going to win the division.
All right. That's fair.
De La Cruz is a nasty, nasty man. That team is really good. I'm gonna take the Cincinnati Reds to win the division. So now we got the National League East.
National League East.
Bottom to top. Who do you got?
I want to say the Marlins will be at the bottom, followed by the Natties. New York Mets will be 3rd, and that's going to be a hell of a race. But I think the Braves will be number 1 and Philly number 2.
Yeah, I gotta go Nationals at 5 again. They didn't again. They just haven't done anything to justify moving them from that last place in the division. It all depends on injuries at this point. If the Mets can get healthy, they'll be the number 3. The Marlins are very good, but they're not good enough to. I think they are the 4 spot. The Marlins. I just don't. Again, they haven't done anything to say, "Oh my God," about.
Right.
So I'm going to say Marlins 4. I'm going to pretty much mimic what you just said because there ain't no one touching the Braves in that division. Sorry, Philly fans, but your boy Bryce didn't deliver last year, and he's not going to deliver this year.
Unfortunately, you're going to see the Braves and the Dodgers in the NL Finals. I have a feeling.
Could be. Yeah. So let's stay in the East. Let's go with the American League East. Top or bottom to top again. Who do you got?
That's going to be all around really close, within 10 games of each from the bottom to the top. If I had to put them, I seen the Yankees play, and it's spring training. Get that, but they're not. They're going to be. They're going to finish near the top. I'm going to have to say. I hate the Sox, so put the Bo Sox on the bottom. I'm tough. I'm going to say Toronto Blue Jays at 4. And the Orioles at 3, the Tampa Bay Rays at 2, and the Yankees at 1.
Well, okay, so this is where it's tough because I hate the Yankees. So and as a Yankee hater, I want to put them 5, right? I want them to be dead last.
Absolutely.
And I'm a Boston Red Sox guy. Like I like Boston unless they're playing Detroit. So And that's where I'm kind of conflicted, and I don't want to put them at 5, but they really haven't done anything either to make a splash in free agency. So, and I hope I'm wrong. I will put Boston at 4 or at 5. Um, I but I will say this: I don't think Tampa's as advertised now. They lost 2 of their best players. Wander Franco is probably done for his entire career or his entire life. So I think they drop out of the top 2. I think they're either a 3 or a 4. And at this point, without Wander Franco in the lineup, I'm putting them at 4 and putting Toronto at Toronto. If they stay healthy, Toronto is better than the Yankees. So I want to put a healthy Toronto team will be a 2. The Yankees will be 3, and I think Baltimore, just the way they played last year, I think they're going to continue playing very well. And I think they're going to win the division again.
Okay, that's fair. They did play, Baltimore did impress me. I didn't know about Wander Franco though for the Rays.
He talked inappropriately to younger individuals.
What a toolbox. Yep. Okay.
Way to go, Wander.
Yep.
Way to throw away your career.
I'll be honest with you. A couple years ago, I did Whatnot. It's an app on what you can sell stuff on it, and I did card breaks. And the hottest prospect was Wander Franco. I bet she's not hot no more, right?
Well, let's skip over the AL Central and go out west, where the West is 1. The Athletics, Angels, Mariners, Rangers, Astros in the West. Who we got?
I'm gonna put the.
And remember, I think Oakland has moved to Las Vegas this year. So.
I guess I'll put Oakland at the bottom. Rangers or Angels in 4. Seattle in 3. It's going to be battle for Texas, the state of Texas again. I want to put Houston at 2 and the Rangers at 1. They're coming off a great year. They got Grant Wolfram as hopefully be in a rotation somehow, some way. Let's pull for Grant Wolfram and the Texas Rangers to win that division.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm also going to go with the Athletics and Angels. 5A and 5B. Really toss a coin. Angels might be even worse now that they don't have Shohei Ohtani. So I'm going to go ahead and put either Oakland or the A's or the Angels. One of them will end up with the 4. One of them will be the 5. Now, the 3, 2, and 1 teams. This is where it's going to get interesting. My number 1, I'm going to mimic you. Texas Rangers. They win the damn thing. Mm-hmm. That Seattle Mariner team is better than the Houston Astros. I think that the Seattle Mariners can potentially catch the Rangers if they don't watch themselves. I'm going A's or Astros 3, Mariners 2, and Rangers 1.
Fair, yeah.
I don't think the Astros, their time is just about over. Just about over. And if Nate Slater's out there watching this, the Silverback, I understand you're a Ranger, you're an A's fan. Your boys' time is just about up. Now we're heading to the American League Central. This is where it gets fun, folks, because you don't know. You don't know. This is a throw a dart at the dartboard and see what sticks. Like, where does it land? Just spin the fucking wheel and you see where it lands. That's what the AL Central is. You got the Royals, White Sox, Guardians, Tigers, and Twins.
All right. By unpopular, well, White Sox are going to be the tank of it all. So sorry, Chilo. They're not going to. Your Sox are going to lose their ass this year. I don't know if they'll make 66. Then I'd have to go with the KC Royals. They're not. They're not gonna. They're gonna be number 4. I want to put Detroit Tigers at 2 above Cleveland. Minnesota's gonna win that division. They're tough. But I watched Detroit Tigers get their asses handed to them by the Yankees. Yes, it was spring training. Yes, it was the first game of spring training. And I gotta hope the Detroit Tigers don't lose a bunch of players to injuries because their backup pitching sucks. No, of course, the first game of the year, I get that, I understand, but I'm going to say Detroit. The Cleveland Indians are number 3. Detroit Tigers will be number 2. But Minnesota's going to take that division.
I have to agree with you as far as Minnesota winning the division, and I promise you, Detroit will be in number 2. They have a lot to prove. Again, it goes back to if they can stay healthy, they will be dangerous. They can beat teams. And if they stay healthy and they get the pitching that they need, I think they could potentially catch the Twins in that division. It's not going to be a runaway. I just cannot see the Detroit Tigers. They were a absolute garbage team about halfway through. They rattled off a ton of wins, got within 9. We almost made the playoffs last year. I just can't see us not being at least in a wild card hunt come October.
Yeah.
We will be talked about. I think we will have a legitimate shot at this. I really do. But I'm going to go Kansas City 5, White Sox 4, Guardians 3. It's going to mirror what it did last year, but I think the Tigers are going to be closer than 9 games. I think Tigers will be inside of 7 games within Minnesota.